calling to order the Public Works Committee meeting of August 7, 2008. Will the minute taker please call the roll?
Alderman Wesley,
Here.
Alderman Police, Alderman Lewiton, Alderman Shockey,
Here.
Alderman Cadella,
Here.
Alderman Winger,
Here.
Alderman Coles,
Here.
Alderman Knipe.
Here.
I declare a quorum present. And item number 3, what we're going to do, we're going to table the approval of minutes until our next Public Works Committee meeting. And you should be receiving those minutes within the next packet that goes out. Item number 4, report and recommendation. Excuse me though, but Alderman Coles has wanted to just state something before we get started on item number 4. He asked permission to make a comment. Okay. Okay. So how about if I let Alderman Coles speak and then I'll come back to number 3. Okay. Alderman Coles.
I'd like to thank everybody in the city services that did a good job in Ward 1. I was there. I wasn't there on Tuesday morning, but I was there Tuesday afternoon, and I was there today, and it's just about all cleaned up, and I gotta give them credit for the last 2 storms that we had. The city services worked very well, and they should be congratulated on everybody that worked. And personally, I want to thank them, and a few of my voters would like to thank them too that had their houses a little bit destroyed. All right? That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Alderman Coles. I'm hearing a lot of good feedback as well from residents and the cleanup effort. I make a motion to table approval of minutes dated July 24, 2008 until our next Public Works Committee meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Anything on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is report and recommendation, grade separation, other safety alternatives endorsement. Mr. Murmas is going to give us an update on where we're at in looking at the other safety alternatives.
Thank you. Yeah, with all the talk of master planning lately, we thought it'd be appropriate to give council an update on where we are at with the grade separation before we go forward with any downtown redevelopment master planning. Last April, what the council did was they approved for other safety alternatives to be incorporated into the scope of the grade separation study. These other safety alternatives, other safety improvements are nearing the end of that study, as well as phase 1 overall is nearing the end of that study. So at the end of phase 1, what will then happen is the $11.4 million that was allocated will then be available to spend, but we need to first complete the study, and the timeline of that study is incorporated into the memo you have before you today. Right now, we're in step 4. The engineers have sent the rough plans to IDOT, and they are reviewing those. After they review those, then sometime this fall, there'll be a public hearing. Before the public hearing, the city council would have to officially endorse a plan to display at the public hearing. There would only be, in all likelihood, one plan that would be shown at the public meeting because we would have narrowed it down after all this studying. So before that public meeting, we'd have to make a decision on which alternate we would want to endorse. After that public meeting, the comments get sent back to FHWA and IDOT. All that information goes to them. The plan gets further revised, and then sometime in early winter of 2009, that money will then be accessible to spend, and we'd go to phase 2. Phase 1 would be complete. So far we've completed the feasibility study, and we're wrapping up phase 1. And so this was just an informational item tonight with just a kind of timeline of things to expect in the near future.
Thank you. Alderman Wesley.
Jeff, when is the deadline that we have to actually start spending money or else give the check back? I might have missed.
I checked with Roscom's office today. They're going to get back to me on that. I don't have an exact date right now. I don't think.
That was coming to the, pretty much. to
Well, we're
them
wrapping
here.
up in winter of '09, so that's relatively soon. So
Okay.
I don't think it's before that.
Right. Mr. Johnson, could you answer that a little bit? Because you,
Mayor?
I'm sorry.
Yes, my understanding is that it expires in fall of '09. So that's close.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, then I believe this item is for information only. Is that correct? Okay, item for information only. Are there any items for future meetings?
Well, wait,
Alderman Lewitton?
thank you. Did we see all the maps for all the choices that are coming forward now?
Well, I believe that there's 3 condensed maps attached here, but also put in front of you tonight is a spreadsheet of the, other safety alternatives listed that should be in the works of being studied. So I would use that list 1 through 14 in conjunction with the map that was in our packet.
Well, I haven't seen a map of the proposed extension where we might have one underpass. Does that exist?
Mr. Murmas?
The map exists. The engineers are still working on the specifics of that before it can be distributed. And I don't have that map right now.
Can I ask Mr. Murmas another question?
Yes.
Will it be ready to present to IDOT on a timely basis?
I'm not. I don't know when they're going to finish it, so I can't answer that question.
Perhaps we could review that at a later date.
Any other, okay, then any other items for future meetings? I make a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Just to keep this moving forward, wouldn't this be an item for a future meeting? Don't we need to at some point make a decision whether we're abandoning 2 and 2A and proceeding with safety alternative 1 or safety alternate 2 once that map is proposed? So don't we need to schedule that for a future Public Works agenda?
I'd like to see all 3 lined up together before we would vote down 2 or 2A. So would we do that all together? I thought that was the process. Mr. Murmas?
Yeah, that would be, we'd have to do this a couple of weeks before the public hearing. So we would have CTE and Smith come in, explain everything from the beginning again, show you all the plans, and then at that time we would endorse a plan. And that would be a couple of weeks before the next public hearing.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Alderman Wesley?
One other question, Jeff, with the comment that came up earlier just a couple minutes ago, will that plan be submitted into these mix or no? I mean, if you said it might not be done, I mean, why are we having CT or whoever's doing this, pursuing this, if we aren't going to have a choice on this one?
I believe it will be done. I don't really feel comfortable on commenting on a plan that I don't have in front of me right now. So I believe it will be done, and you'll have something before you relatively soon.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.